Hola, bienvenidos a Lightspeed Spanish. Well, today I'm going to share with you a lovely little secret about the Spanish past. Something that when you understand it will help you to be able to speak and use the Spanish past with much more confidence. Pues hablamos de todo en la segunda parte. So imagine that you are retired and you used to be a teacher. And somebody says to you, estás jubilado. ¿En qué trabajabas? ¿En qué trabajabas? What did you used to work in? And they're using the imperfect. What did you used to do? Because it's a used to, okay? And you say, I was a teacher. Which one are you going to say? Yo fui profesor or yo era profesor? Which one? Well, understand that both options are correct. Yo fui profesor, that's the preterite version. Yo era profesor, that's the imperfect version. Both are correct, but both are saying something slightly different. Do you know what the difference is between fui and era? And this is here in Spain. We're talking about the Spanish from Spain. So let's get into it. When you say fui profesor, you're using the preterite. Now, you understand that the preterite is a completed action and it's putting inside of like a bubble of time. When you say fui profesor, what they imagine is that it was a long time ago. You'll see it when people talk about food. When they talk about food and they say, oh, la comida estaba riquísima. Estaba, imperfect. That's for recent stuff. Maybe something you've just finished. Estaba riquísima. Okay? But when you say la comida estuvo riquísima, for somebody here in Spain, it's like you're talking about something that was a long while ago. You remember that wedding that we went to way back then? Oh, estuvo riquísima la comida. It pushes it back in time. So when you say fui profesor, a listener could assume that you're talking about something a long time ago. Okay? The second thing that can happen when you say fui profesor is that your listener is going to imagine that you are not talking about your career. What you're talking about is a one-off job that you did at some point. A short job. So, for example, I could say, sí, yo fui camarero, yo fui repartidor de pan en un camión, y también yo fui funcionario durante 2 años. So all of these yo fui, I'm not talking about what my career was or is, I'm talking about these one-off jobs that I did. But when we say yo era profesor, for somebody here in Spain, a native speaker, what they understand is that that was your lifelong career. That's your principal job. That's what you did. It's like a description of who I am. Yo era profesor. Clearly, remembering the rule, if you measure it, preterite. So even if you were a teacher for 40 years, if you say, I was a teacher for 40 years, you have no choice than to say, yo fui profesor durante 40 años. You can't say, yo era profesor durante 40 años. That doesn't work. However, if you just say, I was a teacher, and that was your career, era. If it was a one-off, just something that you did once, a week, a year, something small, yo fui. ¿Ok? Y claro que yo no voy a decir yo era profesor porque todavía lo soy. Y no estoy jubilado, de momento por lo menos. Muchas gracias por pasar un ratito conmigo. And remember to subscribe so that you get more tips going forward. There's going to be plenty. Habrá un montón. Hasta luego, os quiero mucho.